Hi guys, my name is Keith Noratis, known as the leader and superior of Club LASM, aka lover of animated shows and movies, and I am here with Lazy Bones.
Hey.
Adam.
Hello.
And Gilbert.
Hi. Got a new mic here, so if I sound different than beforehand, that's why.
So first things first, how are we doing on this lovely day?
Pretty good. Good.
Not too great actually. A bunch of classwork and stuff.
I feel ya.
Me too.
Not the worst, honestly. I could get them done. It's just it just feels it inconveniences me.
As of now, I have 2 classes that are still in the works for me: digital art and pre-calculus. Do you know how hard pre-calculus algebra is?
I wouldn't know. I kind of once I finish the necessary math class, I don't take it anymore.
You know, I just noticed during my cartoon crave, it's literally like the Paramount Plus thingy. What the heck is that?
I have.
Wait, what'd you hear?
I just heard like
It's some sort of moaning sound. Like that. There it is again.
Whose house is haunted? Get out of the way now. Don't worry, they're gone. The ghost is gone. I'm sorry, it's coming from my end. I'm sorry. Why is your house haunted? What's up? Should I move somewhere else? Because I'm in like a parking lot now. Because like,
that's what I did.
And it's haunted, apparently.
Oh.
Have you moved to a parking lot for one of our podcasts?
No.
I'm asking Gilbert. I thought that's what he said.
No, I said I've actually moved out of my house for a bit to my cousin's house because we're leveling our house a bit. It's work needs to be done.
Yeah.
Lots of construction hearing around there. The buzzsaw, jackhammer. Nobody wants to hear that in the background.
Oh, it's okay. So I was about to say that as of now, I keep getting some Cartoon Crave tweets from the Paramount Plus thingy, and apparently this I just got word about Sonic 3 and spinoff in the works. There's still more SpongeBob spinoffs and movies in the works.
Oh, goody.
Yeah.
Expected.
This show will never end. Neither will that, like... Give other cartoons a chance to win KCAs, please.
Oh, God.
I'm excited for Sonic 3 and the spinoff, whatever they're doing with that. I just heard about this when you brought it up. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles, or I'm not watching it.
Yeah, I know.
Or Sonic the Hedgehog 3... Knuckles Strikes Back, something like that. Yeah, Knuckles Strikes Back.
This is literally the first time I'm hearing this.
Yeah, I'm literally hearing that when we just getting started.
This is brilliant.
So, is everyone ready to get to the topic?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Sure thing.
Oh, yeah.
So, Craig McCracken really made some, like, great cartoons. Like, we just got, the Powerpuff Girls, Foster's Home, Wonder Over Yonder. He went at it again with Kid Cosmic. Like, if anyone hasn't watched Kid Cosmic yet, you have to watch it, because it is literally the best show. Like, it premiered, last year, right?
Yeah, it's literally been a year ago.
The show Kid Cosmic is about, like, a group of small town, like, people that forms with, the kid who's named Kid, a teleportation teen Joe, a little girl who has the ability to, go tall, or, like, go extremely tall, like 40 feet, named Rosa, Kid's, grandfather, Papa G, who can do duplication, and a cat tuna sandwich, who can literally predict the future.
Yeah, it's basically an interesting take on the superhero genre.
To me, it felt like they took a real different approach when it comes to superhero cartoons.
when I first heard Kid Cosmic coming out, I was not all that interested in the show. I don't know why. Sometimes I underestimate some animated shows. One big example was Arcane. I didn't think much of it until one of my family members showed me the show, and I'm like, whoa, this is amazing. And the same thing for Kid Cosmic. I saw a clip of it, watched the show for myself, and I loved it. It is a great superhero show, and coming from Craig McCracken, that is certainly a big win.
What got me into the show is when I heard that it was created by Craig McCracken, because he makes magnificent cartoons. So, boy,
I remember hearing about it, and I remember one of the first things I knew about it was basically, this was before any sort of like footage or like images from the show were leaked. Was I just knew that the tuna sandwich, the cat, was gonna be in it. So I thought, is it gonna be some like cartoon sidekick or something like that? But no, it's just like a regular cat that gets the power to talk and see the future, and like, oh, that's cool.
Oh, before we move forward, I would like to give a shout out to a huge fan of Kid Cosmic. Her name is Zeph. She goes by Zeph, and we met on Twitter and we chat a bit, and she is one of the biggest Kid Cosmic fans I have ever seen. And it's amazing how passionate she is about the show, more than me. Zeph, if you're hearing this, thank you for sharing
your love for Kid Cosmic,
the show with me. For your love for Kid Cosmic, yes.
With that said, let's just get to season 1, which was in February the 2nd, which was 3 days before my birthday.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, this show literally aired 3 days before my birthday.
So for season 1, that's when we were introduced to our main characters and how they got the Cosmic Stones.
Of course, at first there were only like 5 of them, but then we only saw like a glimpse of the scroll saying that it had at least 13 stones.
There are 5 Cosmic Stones of power.
Yeah, they had 5, but the scroll the kids saw.
But they eventually grew. They eventually grew to like 13 or 14 during the last season, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
When I was first watching Kid Cosmic, it feels like a Green Lantern origin story, minus the dead alien.
True, yeah, it is kind of like Green Lantern, I mean, it's better than the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern movie.
I mean, hell, even Kid's Cosmic Stone is green.
True, yeah.
And he can fly. The only thing he's missing is the ability
the green CGI mask or the CGI suit. or Ryan Reynolds.
I was gonna say Conjuring, but they might do that. It reminds me a lot of Green Lantern. I got his origin story because that's the only thing I know of Green Lantern. You know, he gets the power ring from space, and there are about 10 episodes from the first season. Some of them are about like 20 minutes. The others are very short, like 11 to 15.
Yeah, and that's just like that's just the advantage of having like a show on Netflix, is that you don't have to air it technically on TV, so like the episodes can be whatever length they want.
And they could have aired them on a weekly but they decided to like just have the whole season in there. So
yeah, I wish they aired it like 1 episode a week. But I guess it's just easier, like, because like for like someone like myself who might be a little busy, so like if I just feel like binging all the episodes, I can just do that.
10 episodes there, and as episode, we are introduced to each hero, the members of the initial group. The first episode, we got Joe, in Kid, we see a 4-year-old named Rosa get the blue cosmic stone, which turns her into a giant.
Yeah.
Imagine imagine a little kid, but 50 feet tall. That's
Oh,
Like,
crud.
you look at her and you go, oh, she's so cute. And then she grows and starts smashing stuff. Deadly!
Wow.
That's how the world's gonna end, guys.
Oh, crud.
Giant 4-year-old.
And in that said episode, we also see the 4th cosmic stone go to Kid's grandpa, Papa G, which is
Yeah.
able to multiply himself.
And what little do you know that he may
And-
have another stone, spoiler.
Last stone in the initial 5 stone is Kid, for safekeeping, gives it to his cat Tuna Sandwich. With that stone, he's able to see
Predict
into
the future.
Predict the future with his 3rd eye.
Like the
It
third red
opens
eye.
up in the center of its head, and he meows of danger, like meow, meow, meow.
He only like meows for like
Nice.
until episode 7 when he's given the ability to talk. But the way I see the first 3 episodes is more of a prologue type of episode. Like we get to see the first act, introduce the characters more until we get to 4. Things will start to get a little interesting with the show.
And I will say, Tuna Sandwich, in the initial few episodes, he reminds me a lot of my cat. He sounds just like him. He will meow.
You mean he can talk just like him?
hell. Oh. Oh God, that would be he's given me a headache before. Just imagine if he can actually talk. That would be worse. I've actually left one character out in the initial group. We also have the initial antagonist of the show, Chuck, the alien. Or after Joe literally cuts him in half, he's known as Stuck Chuck, because he's stuck on the ground with no legs. I think a lot of people noticed, those who watch, a lot of people noticed the plays, these characters like Tom Kenny and Keith Ferguson. They've been in a bunch of shows. It's kind of weird to think about. Just think, like Keith Ferguson. I think he played Lord Hader, and now he's Papa G. And Tom Kenny, he was Commander Peepers, and now he's Chuck.
He was also the
For some
mayor.
reason, at first, I thought that Tom Kenny voiced Papa G, because his voice sounds similar.
A crazy thing about the season, the final 2 episodes, I've realized that Alex Hirsch was in the works. Literally on the final 2 episodes of season 1.
Really?
Like
Well,
only
that is the first I am hearing this.
like during the end credits of episode 9 and 10, Alex Hirsch was in the works of the show.
So you got the Powerpuff Girls, you got Gravity Falls, My Life as a Teenage Robot. You got them all mixed up here. It's a pretty damn good combination. Lots of talented people on the show. That is the truth. I remember mostly. I will talk about the last 2 seasons soon. Does anyone have a favorite moment in season 1?
I haven't seen season 1 in a long time, but I think one of the things that stuck out to me the most, besides like the great character interactions and like in heartfelt moments, I kind of liked how it almost kind of defied like superhero cliches in some way, where like whenever they were trying to have some kind of moments or something, like one of the characters would say like, this isn't the comics, we're gonna die, or someone would also say like, it's like that moment in like superhero movies where like they all make up and whatever,
Most superhero stuff I'm used to is obviously in the movies. Mainly the MCU and a few DC. Those are most of the things I'm used to, and it's very cool how most of the show is kind kind of gives them a shout out in one way or another. Like, when Kid, he realizes that his heroic moment when he thought he saved the day from all those robots, and it turns out they were all Baba G's in costumes just to make him feel special. Chuck kind of made fun of Kid and said, "Hey, you're like that Bat guy, only without the money or talent."
It kind of broke my heart, like, because Craig really took the different approach of what is like fantasy, what makes a good hero, and what is like real, what, you know.
I guess one of the big moments in the show is heroes help, not hurt. But I guess it's just the core concept of what makes a hero.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I
that
remember
really that really struck with me. That really stuck with me. That really
Another
stuck with me.
great line from the show, particularly season 1, is when, you know, whenever like one of the characters is just kind of freaking out, like they say the phrase "freaking out, breathe it out."
Another phrase.
Breathe it out. Breathe it out.
Another quote that I
I
like.
think McCracken said himself that that's something that his parents or used to say to him.
Yeah, apparently, I think most of us learned that some of the characters' personalities or some parts of the characters are based on Craig's life. Like Kid is based on Craig when he was a kid. Joe is based on his sister, and Rosa is based on his daughter.
Oh, really?
I wondered if Craig has a pet cat.
And he named the cat Tuna.
Yeah.
Peanut butter sandwich. He could have named it that.
Like, from after watching the entire season 1, like, how would you rate it?
I haven't seen it in a while, but I'd probably rate it like a 7 or an 8.
You know, I have not given my favorite moments in the show.
Oh,
yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. It's okay. I'll let you get your favorite moments.
It's not really much of a favorite moment, more like a favorite episode. The Local Heroes. That's my favorite episode. Not only of season 1, but out of the whole show. Mainly because of what they've done, all their heroic deeds, and how they protected the world, or at least make sure the stones don't fall to the wrong hand. Like they were making a documentary, and Chuck was looking at them and said, "So it's a 5-minute documentary of you all getting destroyed? I'd watch that." And then the little alien comes down and kicked their ass. Took all the stones. So long, you big dummies!
Until literally
he flies off
and gets electrocuted.
He got electrocuted. He was dying, and Rosa, she was smiling at the camera, and I just burst out laughing.
I also liked how the show kind of made fun of the government in some kind of way, because, you know, remember the Earth Force Enforcement Force? And how the military found out about their magic stones, and they try to take them away.
I hated the biker in black. When I would start the
biker
show,
in black.
I used to hate Stuck Chuck, but not anymore. But the biker in black is now my least favorite.
And my other favorite moment in there, and mostly moments involving Rosa, because everything she does is just she tramples on the aliens, bites them, and basically committed genocide. And then later in the episode, when they were coming back from the alien spaceship, Rosa looks at the window and goes, "Spaceman sleeping?" Sees all those alien frozen corpses. and Papa G's like, "Yeah, sleeping." I mentioned how that episode was the funniest and darkest episode I've ever seen. And Craig liked that. He liked my post about it.
I never expect I really never expect a show like that could actually get this dark. Within seconds.
I think Craig mentioned of how Netflix, being on Netflix, gave him a bit more creative freedom than Cartoon Network and Disney. So I guess he's like, oh, I can do this? Okay. And just kills all the aliens.
Wow. So that makes me start to appreciate Netflix more, because Netflix is starting to give them more benefit. Netflix is starting to do things that Disney TVA couldn't.
Or Cartoon Network.
Or Nickelodeon.
Well, that being said, I would still love to see more people get creative and to give more respect. That's why we're still advocating for hashtag New Deal for animation. Still advocating for that, and we're hoping the best for the people who work on shows like this.
Mm-hmm.
Same here. I hope that everything goes well for the animators and any people who work for any animated show, movie, or anything like that. Is that they get the proper treatment and respect and get equal pay.
And the hard work that they've put in and dedication that they've committed, especially during the COVID era, I just truly hope they just succeed on what they fight for.
Since we look at shows like Kid Cosmic, it's a really cute, very cool family show, and then you get adult animated shows like Love, Death, and Robots, which could literally be on par with live action. It's just so amazing and beautiful that it's a crying shame that animation or the animators doesn't get the same treatment as those who work in live action. And we can all hope for the best. That being said, I would love to give Kid Cosmic season 1 practically an 8 or 9 out of 10.
And I would probably give it an 8 too. With that said, we should get to season 2, which is the Intergalactic Truckstop.
Kid Cosmic and the Intergalactic Truckstop, which takes place immediately after the end of the first season, where everyone in the diner gets transported to outer space to fight the planet killer Erodius.
And also the villain as well, Plasmus, right?
No, Phantos.
Phantos. Not Thanos, Phantos.
Fan, F-A-N, Tos.
Phantos and Erodius, I would say season 2 reminds me greatly of Marvel, mainly because of those two characters.
What I love about season 2 is the narrative arc. Like, we slowly shifting our narrative arc from season 1 to Joe to season 2, because way back on season 1, it was Joe that was being dubbed the leader of the team.
And they try to search the rest of the cosmic stone throughout the galaxy to find them in the death trap of a temple and from a two-headed rich girl at a party.
I thought it was a really great choice to have Joe as the main focus of the season, because I think Joe from Kid Cosmic reminds me of Frankie from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, because like she's kind of like the older like teenager who feels like she kind of has to like be responsible like adult and everything like that, and like take care of everything, and she feels like she probably doesn't like get enough respect for like the hard work that she does,
especially at the diner, since she can't really go anywhere.
Yeah, and like she just kind of tries to prove to her mom, because she thinks that her mom doesn't like think she can do anything that great or anything that she can be responsible or independent.
And taking most of her advice from Queen Jeanne, who actually knows Portal well. She comes from that homeworld that Joe got her ring from.
And like most of the advice is most likely not as good advice as he thought. Like, I did not want to hate Queen John for like giving like Joe terrible advice of being a leader, but it's not like she doesn't really understand what true leadership is.
It feels like Queen Jeanne, that she mostly just do what she can to win at all costs without thinking of those around her, which is how she lost her friends against Erodius.
To me, it feels like the act of selfishness caused negative effects to others. Like, see what happened to Joe because of her selfishness of trusting the rest of the stones to Crush. Near had caused Erodius to destroy the diner. It was only now till she realized that selflessness was able to recruit the entire aliens. Because the rest of the aliens were like customers to the Moasis Cafe. And it was thanks to her mother.
Deb, who is very compassionate to everyone who drops by. They get something to eat and rest. I can't remember the motto of the store, of the place, but I do remember it's some sort of teaspoon of kindness. It's something about compassion there. I'm sorry, the quote escapes me, but I know it was an old phrase from Joe's grandmother, who opened the diner. The show's like no matter who you are, you gotta show some love and compassion to those who comes by.
And always be sure to put others first, you know? That's my take from it.
That's a decent take. And one of the, I guess, most heartbreaking moment in season 2 is when Kid, he wants to know like why Joe doesn't want him or everyone else on the team, and she just screamed, "Because you suck!"
That is what sucked me.
Heartbreaking.
That's, to me, seeing that scene, it makes me realize as if Joe is now too far gone. The voice acting is what I love about the show is originality. Bringing actual, like, good people that can actually do voice acting. Like no, like, all-star celebrity stuff. Like, they put out a performance in that dramatic scene.
Get that Eddie Knight crap.
I love hearing Tom Kenny and Keith Ferguson, but to hear the other cast member did a great job too in this show.
Yeah. You know who voices what's his name? The villain's name?
Phantos?
Phantos. You know who voices him?
Bobby Moynihan.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? Like, I would have never guessed.
Wait, Bobby Moynihan?
Bobby
Panda, Wee Baby, as of...
Yeah, he plays Panda from We Bare Bears.
Like, because if that was the case, how come I did not notice that? How am I the only person who did not notice that?
I didn't know that either until I looked it up.
He was also in...
DuckTales 2017.
Yes. I showed one of my cousins a video of Bobby Moynihan in a WWE promo with Dwayne Johnson. It was hilarious.
Yeah, I saw Bobby Moynihan on a Super Bowl commercial.
There, why you wouldn't know Phantos was Bobby Moynihan is because you literally would not notice. He just sounds...
His pitch, the voice was like pitched down, so like an evil voice.
Which, speaking of which, the one thing that draws me the most in that season, like everything, all the character interactions and the heartbreak were amazing and all, but I can't stop thinking about Phantos and Erodius. Like literally, from his name to his armor, I just can't stop thinking about his namesake, Thanos. Like, he's basically Thanos, and he has a huge man crush on the Ego, the living planet.
You know what's kind of interesting? I'm looking at the Wikipedia page for Kid Cosmic, and it classifies Erodius the Planet Killer as a character, even though it's just kind of a planet.
Well,
it's kind of a character, I guess.
What? I mean, he's a planet.
Yeah, it's true.
With that said, what are your favorite moments from season 2?
I just liked all the stuff with, like, Joe, like, her kind of arc of just, like, learning not to sideline all her friends, like, who she thinks are just kind of suck. When she eventually starts to fail without them, and, like, she realizes, I was just kind of being a jerk, I'm sorry, guys, it was a good arc. It was good for her to like learn to, to put others before herself or appreciate others who just want to help and are probably more powerful than she thinks.
My favorite moment are a couple moments with Phantos. He's just listening to him cracks me up. Like he was trying to get the stones from the galaxy's equivalent of the UPS. When he didn't get it, I'm going to leave a horrible review, and it's going to be long, incoherent, and rambling.
Like, season 2, I didn't think much of him as my least favorite character because he's literally like a man-child.
But the best part, I would say, in the show is seeing all the other aliens who visited the diner. They all came to help the team fight Erodius. It reminded me of Avengers Endgame.
That's my favorite part of season 2. Like season 2, they don't just see aliens as like bad, like strange creatures. They actually genuinely treat them like real human people. Like treat them like equally. That's what I love about season 2.
But I will say the best moment of the season,
is
and
it
one
the
of
ending?
the best part of
Is it
about
the ending?
the show overall was the ending of the season.
I knew it.
That really, where we see 3 women all in black suits, start at the planetary
Planet Protection
Globe,
PPG, Powerpuff Girls. And what's even crazier, that Craig managed to actually bring back the original 3 voice actresses of the Powerpuff Girls.
Really? I know Tara Strong, I think, made a cameo, I think.
The moment
Or
I
did some
heard
additional voices.
Tara Strong's voice, I just realized, oh god.
Another fun fact I've just learned about the about season 2. We're talking about Craig's other shows. Turns out she was played by April Winchell, who was also in Wander Over Yonder. She played who was Wander's friend? The Zvornak.
It was the horse.
Yeah,
The
I don't know
horse,
what type of creature
I never
is that.
watched much of Wander Over Yonder, to be honest. I watched like the pilot episode all the way back in 2013,
Sylvia,
but I've
that's
never
her
watched
name,
much of the show
Sylvia.
since.
Her name was Sylvia in Wander Over Yonder.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we are also going to get another Wander Over Yonder Easter egg in the next season.
Wait.
Ooh.
Really?
You have to point that out to me, because I think
The
I must
only
have missed
reference that I saw was Foster's Home.
Moving on to season 3.
Can I make the introduction?
Okay, you can do it. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's just I kind of want to introduce one of them because season 3 is pretty much engraved into my mind. So I just watched it last night and today.
You were the last person who watched it, so it's still fresh in your mind. So I think you should do the intro.